huge, huge problem. And it's called homeschool. And it's way bigger than this. And when you look at this, we're having kids go home. As I use the road, I don't know if everybody knows. And financial impact, these kids are losing out on education. Our school is increased from 2.0 to 3.0. We've got great teachers, we've got great programs, and these kids are not going to college. They're not going to great schools. And it's life impact. And, well, let me finish. That's a big, big, big problem. This is, we've got multiple bathrooms. These kids can go to other bathrooms. The numbers are getting better. Going from 145 to 21, 22, 62 is a huge improvement. I think that's a great job. I think we've got bigger things to stress about. I mean, I think we can put in the bathroom monitor. We don't have a horrible problem. I don't think it's a horrible problem. And, education is something that I see it every day. We don't.
So we know it's against the rules. It's going to continue to be against the rules in certain schools. We have a policy for it. We have made some revisions to the policy as far as having stuff that's on the bus, we'll look at individual campuses, trying to make sure that students can sit down. We don't get our campus bathroom models, maybe different from that. Those are all these new buses are going to be cheaper. Certainly going to do that. So to do that, I think we have data, look at it, and then use it's not giving the results from that data. So right now, policy are looking at policy, there was no big gap. The absolute trash, the policies that have been brought in, and it's not just here, it's everywhere. It's happening all over the country, and people are tired of their kids being caught trash and crap more. No other way to put it. It's less is more than not the way real parents want to do that. That's just the bottom line. And that's why real good parents are taking their kids out of actually decent schools because of these trash policies. That's just the bottom line. I mean, it's sad, but when the new people get in here, that's one last question. I got one more about education. School is probably about zero food, drugs, and whatever. They're going to cook. Right? They're going to fire. They're going to get it. They were just used. I'll take this use. Now, they still have bus services, come back home schools. That's what we changed. So they won't be allowed to ride the bus. I don't know that they get the baby. And so I don't know about that. How do you get
ask you before that. You take the test. Are you still allowed to go what you think? Like you could play extracurricular or play schools or whatever going on?
If you're in Texas, you can't take those things.
So really, the first time you do the whole thing. You get the first play good at that, so you go to the other part.
You have all of the, you have the private education course, the drug screening, the progress monitoring, the counseling, all of that is involved.
So if you don't miss it, you don't really get it.
The coaches have the option.
I'm not talking about the show, I'm talking about the rotation, rotation. So they're allowed to continue on with their stuff.
Crystal, if you think to that about if you're considering this as a team program, what extracurricular type you would be participating in?
We're talking about THC and marijuana. What's the thing?
Mr. Wolf, can you tell me what page number that's on? First offense for drugs is 10 days out.
Well, but we've already decided most people go, if the parish don't get involved, something, they go to TSC, they go to second chance most of the time, don't they?
Second chance is not a place, second chance is a program, it's a support program that we put in place, and so.
But suspension's off campus.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm quite confused. So I walk into school Monday and I've got a marijuana joint. So what happens to me next?
You are suspended 10 days out of school.
So
And you have to do that with Officer McCool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, but from the school side of things, if you have a marijuana joint, you are suspended from school for 10 days, with the recommendation of expulsion.
So I don't go to second chance.
You have an option of, in lieu of expulsion, you still serve the 10 days out of school. And in lieu of expulsion, then you can be enrolled into the second chance program.
So the student, but
Correct.
does the student leave the school for 10 days, then go to second chance?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I was confused. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's on me. I was confused.
It's on page 115 in the.
And then they're, in essence, just on probation, like strict probation with counseling and programs for like a semester or more, on the hopes that that's over. And if it's not, maybe you're dealing with addiction, that's gonna show up in a random drug screen, which is gonna get you even more assistance. But there's as big of a punishment as administrators can give them on the very first thing, police officers at the exact same time, and then the support comes on 10 days later when they come back, or 14 days later when they come
But
back.
they can't go protest here in the same day.
No, because they're out of school, and that school is just a representation of us. When they come back, they're back to school, and they're back in their things, they're just in essence on probation. And that's the language
But
in
they're
the
off the
policy.
campus for 10 days, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
2 weeks, they're out.
Regardless, they go off the campus 10 days.
Yes,
That's
sir.
where I was confused last month on how things transpire.
There's a fine, there's maybe a court, there's 10 days from us. There's several significant things that trigger immediately, and that happen every time.
And the other thing is, what's sad is you would hope, and it's just a kid making a dumb mistake there sometime, and you hope you get them in one of these programs and get them away from that. The sad part is, we see some kids that fall into addiction, whether it's just nicotine or if it gets to THC. And when it gets to that point, you have that, once you get that failed drug screen, and then you're out, because we have to protect the other kids then. If they have that addictive behavior and they've got that vape or whatever on the bus or wherever, you don't want the other ones to have a chance to be around that as well. So that's the reason that failed drug screening, then after you've done that, you're out. It comes
thank y'all, I appreciate y'all giving us this time, I do. I learned two things, I was highly confused on two issues. You know, and we got them cleared up on that, and I think we gotta focus on some other issues. But I had misunderstood things from last month, that's on me. It's not that it wasn't explained, I didn't understand it.
Thank y'all. And like I say, and here's another thing I would like to encourage you, because if it involves kids, it's important enough to talk about. But if you have something, and like if somebody sees and knows that there's something happening in a specific bathroom in the high school that you've heard your kid or your grandkid or whoever talk about, call the school, let us know, and, you know, we'll focus on those areas too, because it's gonna take everybody to make a difference on some of this stuff. So don't be scared to call in. I mean, I'll offer, whoever it may be, we'll work on it. So appreciate all y'all. We got a few other action items here. We won't be too long, I don't believe. The first one is, the trash renewal contract for public. Turn that over to Ms. Bowen.
Yes, so we put, the trash waste management services out for bid in school year 22-23 with the option to renew for up to 5 years, so we're still within that period. Republic Trash Service was the low bid provider that year. They've been consistent and reliable. We have trash collection that happens twice a week. We have 21 different bins here. The total cost for school year 26, including sales tax, is $58,246. Any additional services like an extra pickup, bringing an extra container, those types of things, they're negotiated rates. So based on performance, pricing, and contract terms, I would recommend that we renew the waste management contract with Republic Trash Services for next school year.
Okay. We have the recommendation to renew the trash renewal, with Republic. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we renew it.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second, is there any further discussion about the contract? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? There's none. Next, we have, an action item to update and approve electronic fund transfer list. This alternate, actually, this is a list that we approve every year. We pay several, different items from electronic fund transfer, and so we have a list, and the electronic transfer fund vendor list is a list that we must approve for vendors to be paid electronically. Administration recommends adding 2 vendors as indicated in the board packet. If there's no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion to add those 2.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Now I'll move to, policy updates. Every year, we go through different policies. We have the policy updates from the ASBA and Mr. Daniels. We've reviewed them, with us in the work session. If there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve. Some of these policy updates come from things that happened in the legislature, this past time, and so we go back and update, and have ASBA helps us, to draft policies that are in accordance with the new laws. And so some of these are just minor changes, to that. So if there are no further, discussion on that, I would, ask for a motion to approve the new policy updates.
Make a motion to approve the policy updates.
Second.
Motion and second, is there any discussion on those?
Now, I mean, I think it's, just for the public to know, it was really minor legal.
It was. Some of it's, like I say, when the legislature puts a new law, there can be small things changed, and but you have to have policies that are current, so, now to this, motion, I didn't get a motion.
Yeah, motion second, yeah.
I didn't get a motion
I
second.
cut you off.
Any, that was further discussion. If there is no more discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There is none. Now we'll turn it over to Mr. Daniels, who also FYI, this is his last meeting. So thank you for what you've done for our district, and I'll turn it over to you to discuss the 25-26 student handbook.
Thank you, Mr. Lisby. In your packet are all of the recommendations for the student handbook. as you know, as a board, we've been discussing these changes and a lot of these hot topics that show up in the legislative session. As soon as they come up, we start talking about them. We've been working on a lot of these for months and revising, getting back and revising. It's also reflective of all of these policies. So the great majority of the policies that you had tonight are here tonight, like in emergency first service, because they show up in our handbook and we need those prepared before we do the handbook. So,
So for example, like the no cell phone policy.
yeah, cell phone, state attendance policies, smart core, you can see it's just a huge list of things. Those also pretty much all transition right into the student handbook. So, with everything that we discussed this month and in the previous 2 or 3 months, we would recommend that you approve the handbook changes as presented. It's obviously not the whole handbook, but the changes to our current handbook as presented.
If there are no other questions about that, I'd entertain a motion to approve the 25-26 handbook.
So moved.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There is none. So with that, we already met in executive session. So I will turn it over to Mr. Pitts to present personnel hires and resignations.
Yeah, so in your board packet, you'll see, one resignation and then, several hires. And, would like to say that pending approval tonight, then we would be fully staffed, of all teachers, all certified staff, and then we would just monitor growth. And so, really proud of our people for working hard. We're 2 months away from school and fully staffed. And so, that's a compliment to all of our principals and directors for working so hard to get that done. So, with that said, administration recommends approval of the personnel list as presented.
So this personnel list has some resignations hired. We also have some summer help on this as well. So would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There is none. Turn it over to Mr. Pitts for the last thing, which is superintendent update.
And superintendent update short, because it's the summertime, and it may be hopefully a time for our people can rest and relax and get ready for the next school year. So, only thing I have on superintendent update is our next regular scheduled board meeting, scheduled for July 14th.
Well, with that, thank everybody for your attendance. Thank these two for their service. I can't believe we didn't have cake. That really did have some really good cookie stuff. Already a great time for cake.
Thank you, guys.
So with that, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, stand. Thank you all.
So, yeah. Okay, looks like the video stream has ended.